Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with a Boxycharm. Yes, that's right, I was one of the lucky few who managed to actually get the luxe version. I had to fight with the site for over an hour to get waitlisted, and then like an hour later get an email saying, oh, you got it, so we're charging you, and they charged me immediately. So I don't know what happened. A lot of my friends have the exact same story of I fought with the website for an hour or two to get waitlisted, but didn't get the thing. So I don't know why I got it and a lot of other people didn't. Don't ask me. I don't know things. But we're gonna go in it and we're going to decide if it was actually worth it or not. My last box was not really worth it, because like always, before I go into my new box, I'm going to go over my old box, and I only have like 3 items still from it, so it'll be pretty quick. I had also gotten the House of Lashes false lashes, which I did not keep. I actually already swapped away. And the Bang Beauty eyeliner, which was a pot of chocolate brown eyeliner that they said could totally work in your eyebrows, but I did not try that. So those are no longer part of my stuff. I never tried them. I did not want them. And I actually used up the Wander eye masks, which were amazing, let me tell you, but they were actually these little golden eye patches, not pouches, patches, that you could put on your eyes and they would decrease swelling. These have been the only eye patches I've ever tried that stayed on my face. Like, I could literally look directly down at the floor or whatever I happen to be looking at, usually my dogs, and they wouldn't fall off my face. So for that alone, they're freaking amazing. And they do actually temporarily debuff my eyes. So awesome there. So let's go over the 3 things that I actually still have. First is the Adesse, I don't know how to say this, almond cuticle oil. I think this has actually helped my freaking nails. But I have actually kept this by my bed and have used it regularly. And while my nails are currently chipped right now, I actually have had this polish on for like a week. So, and they don't look that awful for a week. I mean, do they look great? No. Do they look like complete ass like they normally do? No. So I think this has helped. I don't know if I would necessarily spend $18 on a cuticle oil again, but if it gets me in the habit of using cuticle oil that I can go buy like drugstore cuticle oil, more power to it. Next we have the Smashbox metallic lipstick in the shade. Why do they make these things so hard to read for old people? Maybe, who knows, but it's this lavendery color right here. This is obviously not going to be a color for everyone. I happen to think it's really freaking pretty with the right look. You do need 2 coats to get it to full opacity, but you put on a coat, you let it dry, you put on another coat, you let that dry. It actually stays on your lips really well, and it doesn't make me look like I'm dying like some metallic lipsticks do, because the problem with metallic liquid lipsticks is they can kind of emphasize every little line you have, but this one thankfully at least does not seem to create new ones. I wore this a couple of times last month. And finally we have the much despised, because of who makes it, the Laura Lee palette in a Party Animal. Now let's take out of the equation Laura Lee, the person who made it, who's kind of a hot mess of a person, let's say. This is only okay. I like the color, so that's not my problem. I love a good colorful eyeshadow palette. Now this is obviously more of a companion palette than a palette that can set on its own. Most of these shades were okay. I had issue with this shade Karaoke right here, blending all patchy and nasty looking. And they tended to fade a little bit on me, and I actually used like a primer and a base on my eye, so I don't know what more I can do. For $19 for 6 eyeshadows, that's kind of So, I mean, make of that what you will, but I wouldn't have paid for this knowing what I do now, let me say. I will keep it in my collection for the time being. I may try to pan it at some point, or I might, you know, throw it in a fire if I get mad at it. Who knows? Last month's box was kind of a bust, let's be honest. I got 3 really good things that I really enjoy, 2 things that I didn't even try, and a palette that I have to fight with to make work. So let's get into this big mamma jamma right here. Seriously though, this thing's freaking huge. This is $49.99, by the way. I actually skipped my Ipsy last month, or this month, Not because I thought it would necessarily help pay for it, but just because I wanted to cut down on the number of products I had coming in, and I wanted to see if I could go without Ipsy because I might be canceling it. And the answer is I could totally go without it. The little note thingy this month is actually huge because it's covering 11 products. And we're going to get into some of the stuff they consider products in a second. Obviously, the debut of this could have been handled immensely better. So, like, you know, they knew a bunch of people were going to jump on this. They should have, you know, fortified their website or something to make it not immediately shit the bed. Let's just be blunt. Because that website was a hot mess. That website is always a hot mess when a lot of people are on it at the same time. So right on top, we have what was kind of like the initial draw to it this month, which was the Tarte Park Ave Princess Chisel Palette. It's a contour and highlight palette. And the price of this is $45, which basically paid for the box. And it's good that I was actually interested in using it. It's actually really pretty packaging, very reflective. And here we have the shades. So we have, looks like 2 matte contours, 2 kind of more shimmery bronzers, and 2 shades of what looks like matte highlight. The lighter one feels a lot smoother than the darker one, I will say. I think the lighter one is supposed to be kind of like a pseudo banana powder as well. I mean, they feel nice. Ooh, that bronzer's really dark. Like this bronzer, super dark. So, first thing, we're definitely into it. I know some people were like, well, why are we getting like super luxe things like, I don't know, La Mer and stuff like that? Well, these are supposed to be, I'll get into that in a minute, full-size products. They were not going to throw a full-size La Mer product in here, let's be honest. The idea of this was not necessarily to get more luxurious brands, but to get more stuff. That's how I took it anyway. Now, this next product is an extra. Doesn't mean I want it, but it was not included in the 11 products, and it is a tote. Totes a charmer. I can use a tote because I try to bring reusable bags to the grocery store, so another one of those is fine. I'm glad they did include it in one of the 11 items. Alright, let's just go ahead and show that thing that kind of aggravated me. This was one of our 11 items. What is this, you may ask? This is a Vintage Cosmetics a Dolly Makeup headband for $4.99. I would be mad if they sent this in a regular box because it's so freaking inexpensive. But because it is part of the Luxe box, I'm just going to leave this on here. Because it is part of the Luxe box for $4.99, I'm extra aggravated. The other thing that I'm kind of aggravated about, because I hate this, like this particular dry shampoo, is an R & Co. Death Valley Dry Shampoo. This, despite being like $17, is a travel size. Just because I can buy it doesn't make it a full size Boxycharm. I hate the smell of this, so I'm not keeping this. Everything else in here I'm mostly happy with, but those were the 2 things that I was just like, what the F? Now, 2 things that came in the regular box are these, which we get most of what comes. I'm gonna take this off because it's already slipping off my head. We get most of what's in the regular box. This is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. I actually do have a mini of this, but I would happily declare that mini to have a full size of it because I actually really like this blush. So, despite actually owning this, I'm actually really happy with this. Like, I was happy with either option we could get, which the other thing was like a Girlactic duo that was like a blush and highlight, I think. So, I'm happy to have this. I'd have been happy with either one of them. And here we have the Alamar Cosmetics Ojito Brush Set. This is like the only other thing Alamar Cosmetics sells right now. They sent that really nice palette a month or 2 ago. Actually, no, it's like 3 months ago now. That had like the really pretty blues in it. It was super, super summery. These do feel really nice. I obviously have to wash them before I use them because you don't know what people in the factory have on their hands that make these brushes. Not hating, just saying. The other two things that came with the regular box, because we didn't get the other thing that was like, you could either get 2 different eyeliners or an eye primer. I was actually kind of hoping that I got the little roly wheel eyeliner because I've never tried one before, but we didn't get that. But okay, whatever. We had a choice of lip products, and despite me actually getting the cheapest one, I'm totally happy with what I got. This is the Violet Voss liquid lipstick. It is worth $12, like the other ones were worth in the 20s. And we have the shade Tryst. I will say this is a very pretty color. Like I said, totally fine with it. Would have been fun getting it in the regular box too. And it does have a slight sweet scent. But let's see, this is a color that's like right up my alley. Thank you for not sending me a brown lipstick at Boxycharm. Y'all love to send me browns. And the other thing, I'm actually not gonna keep this. I've actually already swapped it away. That's why I'm going ahead and filming this, because I need to mail it out. This is the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale eyeshadow palette. Now initially I was interested in this, but these are really dark. And I've seen people who haven't had an easy time of using this already using it. So I just decided, you know what, I was gonna list it for like 2 weeks, and if nobody jumped on it, I was gonna keep it and try it. But like 2 hours after I listed it, somebody wanted it, so that's fine. But we have two kind of cream colored mattes right here, a shimmery white. This hide and seek would probably make a good crease color. But like the rest of this is really dark, which smoky for fall, it's a good idea of a palette to send to us right now. I was just thinking, like, I don't know how much use I would necessarily get out of this, so let me see if somebody wants it. Like, I have not touched this. There's a little bit that got on the side right here. I would probably actually wipe that off before I send it, but I haven't touched any of the shadows. And now I'm not going to. So let's get into the rest of this Luxe box. First, we have a foundation brush. I'm always happy to have a new foundation brush because I don't wash my sponge as much as I should, so the more foundation brushes I have, the less often I have to wash my sponge. This is actually from Luxe. I love Luxe brushes. I almost always keep Luxe brushes even though I have a million and bajillion brushes. This feels hella soft. I'm so into it. What is the price on this? I normally put them down below anyway, but I'm feeling talking about it right now. But I don't know, where is it? $38, holy crap. I don't spend that much on brushes, so it's nice when I get them in a box. I feel you on the Luxe on that one. Now this one was feeling kind of Luxe to me too. We had the option, not choice, but we could get either the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer or the serum. I got the moisturizer. This is $70. I would never buy this on my own. So I'm definitely going to be trying this out once I can get it out of the box. It has like a ringing when you touch it. I think this is one of those that you push down to get product out of, which I don't love those. I tend to break those, but we'll mess with it and see what we can do. I'm very happy to have that. Let's see, and the last two products, one, before I try it, I'm going to see if a friend of mine wants it because she had wanted the box really bad for this one item. So because I'm not super into the type of product that it is, I'm going to see if she wants it first. This is the Sol de Janeiro in Panama Sunset Glow Oil. I have grown to really like the scent of this. Like, we got a Boom Boom cream a couple of months ago and I used it up and really fell in love with the scent, even though previously I had not liked it. But this is not necessarily something that I would use. Like, it's something that I would use if I had it, but I would never buy it. Let me put it that way. So, because she had been really wanting it, I'm gonna see if she wants it. Because people who did get the box are like charging out the ass for stuff and like swap groups and stuff like that. I'm not about that life. So, I'm gonna see if she wants it. If not, if she's already managed to get a hold of it, I will try it. Because like I said, I really do love that scent. And what I actually wanted the box for, because I wanted to get these and then I never got to. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water in So Chill Coconut. Like, these were a limited edition thing a couple of months ago. And like I said, I never got the chance to get one. So when I saw that this was part of the box, that was when I wanted it. So yes, this is $32. I know I need another setting spray or a primer spray, although you can use this as a setting spray as well. Like, I need a hole in the head. This was one I really wanted to try. as I love just about anything coconut scented. Ooh, and it does smell really good. That's not just coconut though, there's something else in there too. Let's spray it. Let's see what happens. I forgot to use my setting spray today, actually. Ooh, that's a fine mist. Yes, I overuse setting spray. Deal with it. It does feel really nice. And it smells really good too. Like, I'm not sure what else is in there with that coconut scent, but I really like it. So, overall, I actually do think this box is worth it. Like, despite some, let's call them hiccups. I'm still gonna keep and use that because I totally can. It's supposed to, they're like, you can use this while you're putting on your makeup to hold your hair back. Well, that's what I have a hair tie for, but since I have it, I'll use it. So I was playing around with it the other day, so it's already been in my hair anyway. So despite some, what I would consider, not throwaway products, filler products, that's what word I'm looking for. Overall, I do think the box was worth the $50 that I paid for it. They only do this once every 3 months, is supposed to be the deal, so the next one is coming up in December, which is my birthday month, so I'm all about that. Look, I hope that they get their website issues down and that a lot more people can get in on the December box because it was a hot mess. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!